You found trades in AMC. I'm going to go see Cocaine Bear tomorrow. I'm very excited about it. What about the VWAP story there?
Jealous.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Here's what happened. Each day we talk about that phrase we use a lot. Solid says hit it and quit it. I call it a day's pay. We had the day's pay times 3. Again, what your day's pay is obviously relative to what your lifestyle is like. I try to just generate enough money to keep my energy levels up. At $250 or $300 a day, sitting in my PJs every day and having fun with my friends and everybody here is fantastic. $300 a day, you're doing your 75, 100 grand a year, which is fine. Again, we only work an hour and a half a day. So I had that in hand. AMC was phenomenal. Let me show you AMC, by the way. So AMC, we came in, it was gap down. We were looking for a reason to buy it. We had that beautiful pre-market trade, right at 8 o'clock. Wham, got paid. A lot of people who don't trade pre-market, you got the lovely opportunity to do it again. There's that VWAP break right there. You got paid. And then third time, it gave you one more chance to do the same trade. Came back, tested that same level. Remember, 666. We were doing Iron Maiden songs with you guys. 666. It holds. Next thing you know, you're buying at 672. 672 got you 689, $7. We had the $7 calls for, I think they were like 30 or 40 cents. They went to 60, and we were loving life. And suddenly, it all went tragically wrong. And it was just because I was just trying to find another trade. And when you try to find the trade, opposed to the trade just showing up, you generally do lose your money, and then the frustration builds. So we got into something like this MQ, where every time it popped its head above the range, it went right back down. And it wasn't a disaster, but man, how annoying is it when you do it, when it's doing this, and all you're doing is losing $100, and then it holds the VWAP, and you're like, okay, here we go. This time's going to work, and it doesn't work. You get days where you just go sideways, and that sideways action, as it might not be disastrous, it's frustrating and chopping you up. And next thing you know, $100 loss, $100 loss, $100 loss. And next thing you know, the AMC money starts to disappear. And then we went looking after, then we tried one on NVAX. And again, this one wasn't bad, but look what happened. We had that one nice payday. So when it held support, we got back in, and all you got was chop. All you got was chop. And these are $100 bills flying out of my account. Woo, 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 woo. Fun times. And what do you do in that moment? You leave. Sometimes the casino is out to get you. The reason they pump the oxygen into the casino is they want you to stay, because the more you stay, the more they get paid. So in our casino, when we hit the winner right from the beginning, you leave the casino, go see the show, go get a stripper, do something else, but churn your account like I did yesterday. And it got worse because, man, I was trying to make something happen. So I went to the Rivian, and I'm waiting for a reason to buy the stock. Nobody's buying. We finally got that little spot right there. I'm buying right there, and I'm getting smoked again. And it got worse. Let me show you what happened with CVIO. And if you can believe it, yes, folks, I even lost money on this one. The one that was our number one trade 2 days ago comes back to life. We've had one good trade on it right there, made $180, and then this happened, the chop. And you want to see how trading is hard, my friends? When you, even with a disciplined setup like this, sure, I probably should have bought it here and here, but I wound up buying it here at $4. Hey, it's breaking a whole number. Hey, it's breaking the prior day high. Let's go. I bought it here. I bought more here. It starts to go down. So see that price right there? That 393, my stop at the time was 386. But then it goes back to the 4, and it breaks the 4 again. I'm like, here we go, yeah! And it rolls back over, then stops me out at the 4, and then I used that prior candle at 393. Guess what, kids? Your hero was selling it right there, and it went down a whopping 6 cents after I got out, and then proceeded to go up 300% without the king. Those days happen. And how do you live and tell the tale? Go back to the trades that work. Go back to the trades that work, and that's the money line, and that's the VWAP trade, and that's around earnings report. I have no fear that we're not going to find winning trades today, but you got to be able to deal with days like yesterday. And the easiest answer is get the hell out of your seat. When you're in the Kenny, wrong end of the floor, you're going to get crushed.
Kenny, how do you mentally prepare yourself to get back in after a down day?
It's a great question because we know for a fact this is going on 11 years, Garrett. This trade works. You've started to embrace it 2 years ago. The deviation bands, the VWAP trades around these earnings reports. This trade works, but there are days where you just don't get the follow through. And if you keep pushing the issue, you will lose. But then you come back the next day and you say, okay, these trades work. Yesterday was one of those days where nothing really followed through. Could have left the winner. Remember, it was a profitable day. And if I would have got back into CDIO, the whole day would be different. This conversation would be different. But how do you overcome it? Remember what we have. We have a successful trade. The setup works. VWAP trading works. The money line trade works. So now you just sit back. You might take a day off. I tend to go on a spirit walk, I call it, after a day like yesterday. So I come in today. I'm watching the Qs. We've been talking about shorting the Qs. If they broke 297.50, we were looking for them to get to 290.50. They got there. So a lot of what we wanted to do, my friends, has already happened. But look at what just happened. We already have triple bottomed on the day. So let's go back to just go right back to what works. To answer your question for the fifth time, go back to what works. Stay patient. Stay disciplined. Don't let yourself get frustrated because yesterday became, I knew I was fighting a losing battle and I went charging into the battle anyway. That was the mistake. Isolate the mistakes. Don't do them again. And that's what I'm going to be going over today, tomorrow, and again on Saturday if you guys are joining me on Saturday.